Welcome back. As you can see by the title down below, today is episode 3 of my crochet podcast. Before I go any further, yes, I have my cat with me today. This is Tinka. Just if you see movement back there, that's what's going on. I know it's only been a couple of days since my last crochet podcast, but I've gotten a couple things done that I really wanted to show you guys, a couple of quick updates that I just wanted to share, like I said. Even though it's only been a couple days. I don't have as much new stuff done as I had in the past couple of videos. I just haven't had as much time to crochet recently. A couple of my online classes have really been picking up this past week, so I've had a little bit less time than usual, but I've still gotten a couple things done that I want to show you guys I'm very excited about, so I'll hop into that. The first thing is an update from my last video. I did get all of these finally finished, so I have all 6. I'm deciding whether or not I want to put them just 2x3, make a baby blanket, fold back over, or if I want to hold on to these for a little bit longer and then put them together in a larger blanket. Because I do have a couple of other granny squares of the same size or of a similar size, and I've thought about trying to add all those together into one big blanket. I think that would be fun to kind of play around with colors and textures, kind of make almost like a scrappy Afghan kind of blanket. So I got these finished. Moving on, last time, I should say, I showed you guys my little baby Yoda. He's gotten a little bit smushed, but I showed my baby Yoda that I'm going to give to my boyfriend for our anniversary, our 6-month anniversary. And here he is, just as adorable as ever. I'd actually gone ahead and made a second one, so honestly, I've got to admit, I kind of prefer the first one, but I wondered what the colors would look like if I'd done a darker brown, because I had this tan and brown already, but really the pattern called for a color that was like right in between these, so I don't know, but here they are. Now I have 2 of them. I have one for me to keep and then one to give to my boyfriend, so we almost have like matching ones. I did join the ears different, so on this one it's very flat. I really just did it all in one line, both the front and back side of the ear. However, with this one I tried to do more of a rounded shape, if you can kind of see that, and I think that turned out a lot better in terms of his ear shape actually. But yeah, so I think they both have things that I like better or worse, but I really like the way that they both turned out. I think they're cute. Alright, one of the bigger things, one of the things I really want to show you guys, it's got a fuzzy on it. Let me find the top. I have finished my cardigan. Wonder, is this inside out? Of course, I'm holding it inside out. But, so you can see I've got the pockets sewn on. There's one on the other side as well. So I finally got this put together yesterday. I was gonna wear it for the video, but it's very warm, and my room is very warm as well. We haven't turned our AC on yet, and it just keeps getting warmer and warmer outside as we get further into spring, so I decided against it. However, I really love the way it turned out. It's just like an oversized cardigan. I think it's really cute. I'll have to go ahead and put it on and show you guys one of these days because I just absolutely adore it. I had never really made a cardigan or sweater of any kind before. I've started on a couple of sweaters, but I always run out of yarn before I finish it, and they just kind of get pushed to the side. Maybe I'll have to show you guys someday how many just like sets of sleeves I have, and then I had to stop. So that aside, I'm really glad that my cardigan turned out so well. I'm just very excited about it, and I wanted to show you guys. Alright, the next thing is this box. It's actually my Joann's box that my yarn for the cardigan came in, if you guys remember. I think it was in the first podcast, I believe. I don't know if it was the first or the second, but I told you I'd ran out of the yarn for my cardigan, so I had to order a couple more skeins of it. It actually ended up being about the perfect amount. I ordered 3 more skeins of, I think it's Lion brand. I can't remember specifically what it is. I know it's in the color Olympic or Olympia. It's really pretty. I'll have to look it up and put it down in the comments. But I got it in a box. I only have a little bit left of one skein, so it worked out pretty well. But now in this box, I kind of repurposed it, and it's full of these. I don't dump them out. So as you can see, they're just hexagons, and I've left long tails on most of them. So right now I have them in all different colors of blue, kind of teals, darker teal. That's almost showing up more green on camera. But I just have this box full of those, and it's just slowly filling up. I've been doing this all day. What I've decided I'm going to do over quarantine is go through all of my like scrap yarn. So I'm sure we all have that pile of yarn where you just used a little bit here or there for different projects, and you just have a ball, you know, about this size left, or maybe a little bit bigger. I have some larger ones too. But it's just enough that you aren't really sure what to do with it, but you have enough that you don't just want to scrap it or throw it away. So what I've decided is to go through, make all of my yarn into hexagons. I have 2 of my little containers here. This is an old popcorn bowl that my parents gave me for Christmas a couple years ago. They gave one to both me and my brother, so we stopped using mixing bowls and would stop taking those up to our rooms. So I have just a ton of balls of yarn. I don't want to dump them out or get them too tangled, but I have a lot of blues, purples, I have some greens in here. I do see one yellow, kind of a gold yellow gold, but these are kind of some smaller balls of yarn. And then I have a whole other container here, and this is where more of the larger balls of yarn are, as well as some that are different textures. If you can see, this one's a lot thicker and it's kind of a different texture there. It's very soft. I don't accidentally unravel it there. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to add this to it just because it's a different yarn weight, and I might, I guess is what I'll leave it at. I might add it, but we'll see, because if there's only like 1 or 2 hexagons, I feel like it would seem out of place, but if I do have more, a couple more different chunky type yarns, I might go ahead and add those. But yeah, so like I was saying, I'm just going to make all of my yarn that I just have little bits of, or just balls here and there. I'm going to make them all into hexagons, lay them all out. My plan right now is to kind of do them in rainbow order. So start with like a red at the top of the blanket, and then slowly, hopefully slowly, transition down into purple at the end. But I think, oh, she's found the yarn. But I totally lost my train of thought. I got distracted looking at her. But what the problem I'm kind of running into is I have a lot of blues and teals and almost, like even greens and purples. I have a lot of. Blue is my favorite color, so I tend to go for it and buy it when I'm just buying yarn. Say if there's a sale and I just need 10 balls of yarn, I tend to buy a lot of blue yarns or just cool colors. So I am concerned that I'm not going to have a very balanced rainbow. I'm not going to have a whole lot of reds, oranges. If you remember in my last video, sorry, I was looking at it over there. In my last podcast, I had that African flower apple, and I really kind of made that to use up my red and orange yarns. I think she might jump off the bed now, but long story short, I don't have a lot of reds and oranges and yellows left, so hopefully it all works out. I know I have a couple here or there. I'm gonna watch her, make sure she's fine. She's got a little bit of a bad hip, so just gotta watch her. But other than that, or no, I do have one more thing, sorry. And I don't actually know if I totally mentioned I'm gonna make these all into a blanket. So it's a good way to get rid of scrap yarn. Last thing I want to mention is this. So I know I showed this in my last video, my last podcast video, but I just wanted to mention that I actually wrote the pattern up for it. I wrote it, turned it into a PDF, all of that good stuff, and it is now available on Ravelry. I had a little bit of trouble adding it as a PDF to download just through Ravelry. So if you know how to do that, go ahead and leave that down in the comments below. Let me know how to do it, I guess, because I must have missed a big step. I was just trying to put a PDF in, and it never really wanted to do it super easy for me. But I did get a PDF. It's a little bit wonky. Tinka's climbing on stuff now, but it's a little bit wonky. Like the title is shifted over, but it's still totally readable. And it's also available on my Etsy. But I was just very excited that I actually have a pattern that I've made, written, and gotten out there for you guys. So I don't know if you can hear her walking around. I think she's on my like yarn carry bag, which is, it's got like little plastic bits on it, so she's probably just on it. But other than all that, what are you guys up to? What are you guys making? I always love to hear from you guys, so leave down in the comments below what you guys are working on, especially since we're still quarantined. I know in my area, I think we've got, it's April 20th. Hopefully I can upload this on the same day, but we've got about 3 weeks left so far of our stay-at-home order, and I don't know, who knows if it's gonna get pushed back. I know like my college, I go to Pitt State. I think I've said that before. They've already decided that all classes this summer are going to be online. As a side note, I get to enroll tomorrow morning at 6:30, so fingers crossed I get into all the classes I want. But yeah, so like I said, let me know what you guys are working on down in the comments below. I'm going to try and keep this a little bit shorter. I know I get on some tangents. So yeah, and while you're down there leaving a comment, go ahead and hit like on this video so I know that you liked the video. It only takes a second and it makes my day. And then go ahead and also hit that subscribe button. Same deal, it'll just make my day. It'll make my whole quarantine probably. But yeah, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit that little notification bell next to it so you never miss a video from me. So other than that, if you guys have any suggestions for videos, leave it in the comments below. If you have anything you want from me in terms of tutorials, that's all I can think of really, but tutorials. If you want to know any kind of like how I organize my yarn or how I wrote the pattern or anything like that, go ahead and let me know. Just let me know what you want to see and I will do my best to provide that for you. So once again guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.